How's everybody doing? Mr. Sizemore checking in here. Last big video of the year. We made it through. Good job. As I'm looking around, I got a couple incompletes. If you're in that boat, you know who you are. You got a notification via email. Please try to get the work into me. I will try to get it as any way I can. A lot of you, since those emails went out, caught up. Awesome job. Proud of you. Just wanted to kind of wrap up the year in some fashion or other. Want to show you guys this. Very proud. Got my Middletown Knights hoodie. I got it 3 days, I think, before we got shut down. I got it to wear to the basketball championship game that weekend. Yep, I went over to the sports store in town here and got it. And, that's how it goes sometimes. So I'll be wearing it next year when we're back in the building, which will be at some point, I'm assuming. But hey, I wanted to kind of say thank you all for all of your hard work. Like I said, I know that some people's grades went down when it comes to this, but I mean, a lot of incentive for you to keep them up went down too. So I was impressed with how much people were keeping up with everything I was asking them to do. And I think overall, it was somewhat successful, I would say, distant learning. Now, personally, the thing that I miss most of all, and I think some of you might have missed out on without knowing it, is the labs. I don't know, maybe other classes, it wasn't very different. In science class, you didn't get the hands-on piece, which I like to do. So the microscopes and things like that, we were going to do a lot of different labs for bio, extracting DNA, all that sort of stuff. Peas, we were doing the slinkies and stuff like that. We were going to do the flame test where we burn the different chemicals. Maybe you guys get to do those in another class. We'll see. I might get them out for environmental science, which I'm teaching next year. So I thought I would kind of keep that in mind. All the labs that a lot of you missed out on this year, some of you might get to do again next year. But that's the big thing I think that stunk about going to online learning. And there's just no substitute for that. I can't mail you. Well, let's just go with the virtual or the flame test. There's the virtual flame test, which kind of stinks. It's just little pieces of stick that you kind of move towards a Bunsen burner, and it changes colors. It's nowhere near as cool as actually taking things and lighting them on fire. That's always more fun, and I couldn't send you all the different chemicals in the mail even and have you do them at home. And then you'd probably need a gas stove and splints and fire extinguishers and all the equipment we have at the lab, sprinkler systems. So probably not a no-go. But I'm trying to think about all this stuff just in case we have some sort of situation where we're back doing this in the fall. And I know a lot of you have some questions about that. I know a lot of you are kind of asked that question to me. I don't know. And I don't know if we're going to know. Obviously, before the fall we will. But we're probably not going to find out until you do, kind of like we did with some other stuff. So I think that's going to be something we will figure out then. But I want to be ready, just kind of like how we sat down and talked about distance learning before we did it in class that day. I want to be ready. So here's what I got for you all. I have a survey for you to fill out, and it has comments in there, okay? So if you are a parent or guardian that would like to fill this out, feel free to. If your student's kind of done and they don't want to fill it out, but you would like to give me some feedback, put that in there for sure. Please, if you're a parent or guardian, though, just tell me in the bottom. There's a comment section. All you'd have to say is, I am a parent, not a student, or I'm a guardian, not a student. That would work out fine. Students, if you want to tell me who you are, or parents, if you want to tell me who you are, guardians, you want to tell me who you are, that's fine. Just type it in there or leave it anonymous, because what I want more than anything out of this survey I'm giving out is good feedback, okay? Meaning that be honest with me. If you thought this stunk, if you thought Mr. Sizemore was terrible at distance learning, tell me. I need to know, all right? I've never done this before, ever. So my first go around with it, I tried to make it easy. I tried to make it user friendly. I thought I did everything that was needed. Obviously, the questions and stuff I got said, "Wow, I didn't think that part out. Ooh, I should have done that different." So hopefully I learned a little bit as we went along. But I kind of do get stuck with that sometimes, where I kind of keep the ship going in one direction and I don't veer off course, because I feel like every time I do that, I just leave too many people behind. Meaning that, like, if I got feedback from you, like, the play posits, I'm not learning a lot from that. Yeah, I get you. And I understand that, and that's something I'm going to try to fix, I think, down the road. However, if I started throwing in different stuff in there, I would have so many people lost saying, I thought we were just doing play posits and warm-ups. I thought we were doing this. How come we have this due? Why are we doing this? So I kind of like to stick with the course, see how it goes, and then change it at the end, right? And I know that's not the easiest thing for you all to hear or for me to do, but kind of, my philosophy, I guess. Like I say, I had a great year this year. In my last video, if you watched it, you all were awesome. I'm going to go out there on a limb and say best group I've taught yet. Year 7, 8, something like that. Best group I taught. Good all the way around. I was very, very impressed with behavior in general. I bored some of you, I know. Some of you played on your phone a little much, I know. But in general, you were all very respectful, which I really, really appreciated. And you, had a good rapport, I would say, within the classroom, meaning that we didn't have too many issues with students bickering, that sort of thing, which tells me you were a mature group all in all, which is great. And I hope to, like I said, get most of you again in the fall for environmental and for bio, my PE students. That'd be awesome. I would really enjoy it. And hopefully, like I said, if you think of this, and you probably know better than me if you're signed up for environmental next year, this feedback is crucial because it could very, very much change what your course looks like next year. So sort of my thought is there's a scenario where we go back in August with the idea what we're going to distant learning pretty shortly afterwards, kind of like a check-in, and then we're out. There's a scenario, and these are things I've dreamed up. This isn't, a concrete thing. There's a scenario where we go back, and then the virus kicks up again in the fall, like with flu season, and we're all home again. There's all sorts of different ones. And there's a scenario where we don't go back. And the one I pick, if I get to pick, is the scenario where we all go back. The virus is in remission. Everybody's immune. The world is happy and wonderful yet again. And we don't have to worry about this stuff anymore. That would be great. And then we can do labs in class and, go outside and check some stuff out for environmental and bio. Enjoy, camaraderie, talking to each other, interacting with each other. All those sort of things would be awesome. Because that's what I miss most of all. Just the little conversations I have with you all in class, passing in the hallway, that sort of thing. I missed it. I missed it a lot. There were definitely some advantages to going this way. Not to ramble too much here. Sorry, the video is getting long. But I got to spend a lot of time with my kids. That was cool. And that's something I'll probably never get again. So it was nice to see. But what I was going to say is I'm going to be probably running into some of you around this town this summer, at stores, things like that. Feel free to stop over, say hello, that sort of thing. Keep our distance, right, if that's still the thing we're doing in the summer. And we'll see you all in the fall, all right? Have a great summer. Hopefully you caught that graduation today. If you didn't, check it out. It's on YouTube.